take Social Security and invest it? I get this all the time. Good question. My man Chris writes in. He says, Josh, I'm approaching early retirement. I'm 58 and want to retire by 62. I don't need my Social Security at 62. Must be nice, Chris. Must be nice. Can I take that 62 Social Security and invest it until age of 70? Essentially, can I take and invest it and then compare that versus if I wait till I'm 70? Would this be better than waiting until 70 to take Social Security? Pros and cons of this strategy. All right, so I get this question all the time. My own scenario I'll share with you here just as not for me, but my own thoughts on this I'll share with you. But let's crunch some numbers. We're just going to look at Right Capital. And we're going to see what it shakes out as. I think it'd be interesting. And I haven't done the numbers yet. I haven't crunched them. So we're going to start with, I got my man Scott's sample up here. And we're just going to say, basically, Scott's got $200,000 in an IRA, just for simplicity. I just want to beat an IRA. It's all in VTI. All right, so we look at his holdings. His holdings are all right here, all stocks. So he's basically getting 6.5% rate of return. That's what's happening here, 6.5% rate of return. All right, this target allocation has nothing to do with anybody. It just is a proxy. All right. So what we're going to do with those, Scott, is we're going to say we're going to take his Social Security. We're going to go to profile, and he has no expenses, anything. He already has a house. So basically, there's nothing here. We have nothing. He has nothing. Let's even make this 0. He's got no house, nothing. He's literally living in a van down by the river, and he has nothing. He owns nothing but $200,000 in an IRA. He doesn't spend anything. He just bums off everybody, and he's good to go. I just want to show it because we're going to run these two numbers. All right, for Social Security, at his full retirement age, it'll be $2,500. Is his full retirement age at Social Security. But he wants to take at 62. Actually, let's just make sure we got what's his birthday here. And we're going to say he's 62 right now. Good. And we're going to start this next year. We're going to go to here and start this in the next calendar year. There we go. All right, sweet. So at 62, he's going to take Social Security. He's going to invest it because he doesn't need the money. And he already has $200,000, and it will go into a taxable brokerage account. All right, so let's run down here real quick, and we're just going to do current strategy. And what we should have is he takes that 62, and he will be left. He'll leave his downstream, the other Chris's who lived in a van down by the river, $1.5 million in liquid assets in today's value. That's what this means in today's dollars, not inflated. All right, so let's see how we got there. All right, so again. He has no money. He doesn't need any expenses. So he's making $21,250 by what? By his Social Security. All right. His full retirement age is $2,500 a month or $30,000 a year. But because he's taking it early, he'll reduce, by about 30% or so. So every year he's got $21,000 coming in. Now that his portfolio is worth $200,000. The portfolio is making 6.5. So that's giving him about $13,000 in portfolio return. Plus the money from his Social Security. So when all is said and done, he's getting $234,000. That is his ending balance. Start the next year at $234 at his new Social Security because it is a cost of living adjustment, 2.4%, plus his portfolio return, and he's getting $270. Start the next year. You can see how this works. All right. So that's what's happening here so far. I hope that makes sense. All right. So bear me just 1 second. I want to share with you. This is his Social Security that's being put in the pot here. The pot is growing by 6.4%. Was it 6.4? Yeah. So you can basically take 15,067, divide that by 234, and it gives us a 6.4% rate of return. All right. Now he's adding his Social Security as well. So anyway, the whole point being is the pot is growing. This is the start of the year balance is growing by 6.4%. We're adding the Social Security as we go forward, and that's also growing by 6.4%. Hope that makes sense. All right. So now what happens is we have to start taking RMDs because we have two portfolios. We have right there. We have a brokerage account. That's his Social Security, plus we have his IRA. His IRA is not being touched until he's 72, and then it starts being withdrawn because of RMDs. All right. So let's just keep going back to cash flows. And what we're going to see is how much income he's going to totally make if he takes Social Security at 62. I got him living until he's 90, by the way. And we're going to go up here. And his total income is about $834. So 62, $834 is his total income that he's going to take. His total taxes are $103 taxes income. All right. So he's going to pay $103,000 in taxes. Let's see what else. Oh, I wanted to go to Let's just go, and you'll see right here. He's got no expenses again. Oh, I want to go back here. About 1.4. He's going to leave 1.47 million. All right, so you see no expenses, none, no expenses. Only he has to pay taxes. That's it. So when he's said and done, he's going to leave 1.477 million to the people under the bridge. He'll have generated $834,000 of Social Security, and he'll pay $103,000 of taxes. All right, so let's change this over, and we're going to go to analysis. So we're going to say, what if we took it at 60, full retirement age? And I haven't run the numbers. I don't know. So let's take a gander, shall we? All right, so full retirement age, he will leave 1.597. So he's going to leave more, 1.597 FRA. All right. So that's a win for the FRA people. But and again, that's when he takes that at, I think it's 66 is his FRA. We're going to go to cash flows, and we're going to see how much right there. And he'll net 1.056 million of total income, 1.056 million total income, but he pays $131,000 of taxes. So he pays $31,000 more in taxes on basically $200,000 more of income. I'd make that, 225,000 more of income. Yeah, I'd make that. I'd do that. But anyway, so what's happening here is, so he's actually ahead if he waits until he's 67. I think it's 66 to take it. And the reason is because he's going to get another $200 odd of income in which he can invest and get that 6.5% rate of return. All right, so let's now take it at 70 and see what we got here. All right, so oops, I keep doing that. Got to go back here. Hold on just a second. All right, so now we're going to take it at 70. All right, let's see what we got. 1.634 million. So here, if he takes that 70, 1.634 at 70. So he's leaving, significantly more for his 150,000 more for his partners down by the river there. All right. So now let's see if we go to cash flows, how much more income he produced, and we're going to go to up here, and his income, he produced 1.19 million. So he produced 1.19 million, which is quite a bit more than if he took it at 62. Well, that only makes sense because the longer you wait, the more Social Security you get, and he pays 148,000 in taxes. All right, so he paid the least amount of tax if he took at 62, the most amount of tax if he took at 70. He got the most income if he took at 70, the least income if he took at 62. He's leaving the most if he took at 70, and the least if he took at 62. That no one would disagree with that. But the question is, that's if he survives till 90. So let's see what at 78. I'm going to go to accounts here. At 78, I mean at 80, we'll just say 80. He's leaving 1.339 million. If he took it at 70, and he's leaving if he took at 62 at 80. 1.412 million. So he's leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars more if he took at 62, and that would make sense because he had more in there in the beginning of his retirement. See, when he's 85, he'll have 2.083 million, and when he's at 85, if he took at 70, he'd have at 85 So that's when it breaks even there for 70. So that's the issue here, is that the taking at 70 makes a whole lot of difference if you're going to live longer. There's just no two ways around that. I don't think anyone would argue that. But how long are you going to live, and do you even care? I don't know. But here's my contention. This is assuming a 6.5% rate of return. We do have a lot of volatility in there. I'm not going to lie to you. And because markets are volatile. My contention is the thing about Social Security is it's the best investment there is given the current, I don't think this market is going to be anywhere near the previous 40 years or so. I don't think so. And as such, I think I would rather default to guarantee myself a 7.5 to 8% guaranteed rate of return by the federal government with the 2.4% cost of living adjustment. I'd rather, and on top of that, Social Security is so much more tax efficient than freaking IRAs and taxable accounts. I just did a video yesterday. I'll have to do another one because I've got a lot of new people here that don't quite get how Social Security is taxed. And I'll do another video. But, man, if you understand how Social Security is taxed, I had people living on $100,000 a year, hardly paying any taxes. because Social Security is almost tax-free for them. That's nuts. And they're making $70,000 a year of Social Security. I mean, you can't shake a stick at that, man. So 70,000 under Social Security, and only 25,000 of that was subject to taxation, plus $25,000 required distribution, or so 30,000. When all said and done, they're only paying $2,000 of tax on $100,000 of income. 70,000 of that income was Social Security. You can't get that in an IRA. You can't get that in a brokerage account. You just can't, because brokerage accounts have long-term capital gains and they have ordinary income from if there's interest. And I just tell you, if you think you're gonna do better than the Social Security on your investments, look, I get it. I don't think so. I just don't. I absolutely could be wrong. But if I am wrong, and Social Security does worse in terms of investments than you can do on your own, I'm still getting freaking, instead of $2,500 a month in Social Security, I'm still getting $3,600 a month by the time I'm 870. All right. So I sold down some of my portfolio, but the markets are still growing. Okay, I'm still okay with that to pay the bills. If you're wrong, on the other hand, you got a weak Social Security amount. You only get $1,900 or whatever it is, and on top of that, your portfolio is getting smoked around too. That's the question. It's kind of like the freaking Pascal's wager. If I'm wrong, I'm still pretty good off. If you're wrong, you're in a world of hurt. Same kind of thing. So that's my recommendation. But everyone, you got to do what you got to do. All right. Love to hear your thoughts. We'll see you.